So Sean, see, I got my shirt on this week,
Mm-hmm.
my Yumi Capri shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is something special, right? This shirt because it means something that we do together, this Patreon thing. So we're gonna kick it off with our gold members: Andrew Semichek, Brendan Myers, James Johnson, Ryan Turford, Coach Timbo, Sheldon Benedict, Hyrulean Julian, Dawn Becker. I don't like that you're laughing at me, but whatever. Our platinum producers: Nasty Boots and Tammy. Amazing. They're getting ready to go on vacation. I don't know if you know that. But anyway. And their Diamond executive producers, Mr. Robbie Bobby Miller, Lee Navarro, Corey Hicks, and Jonathan Brown. And by the way, Sean, we also have a new patron this week, Mr. Chris O'Brien. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate it very much. Let's kick it off. Let's get on to the show.
We ran Nintendo.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 158 of If We Ran Nintendo. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the greatest co-host in all the land, Mr. Sean Capri.
Hi, Bobby. How are you, my friend? It's If We Ran Nintendo. No, I ask you a question. I'm gonna keep talking. I don't know why I did that. That's my bad.
You didn't even.
Oh, Bobby.
What the hell, man? I come with Sean Capri.
I know. I feel
hey,
self-conscious about it. Maybe it's the same every
Bobby.
week. Yeah.
Thank you, Bobby.
Hello, Bobby. Welcome to If We Ran Nintendo, the podcast.
Let's get all serious.
I know. No, you know what?
What the hell was that?
I deserve that. I'm very sorry about that. Look at you're wearing a hat. For people who are listening, most people listen. We are grateful for you listening. Yes. Bobby's wearing a very special hat. I thought it was like a throwback to like Banjo-Kazooie or some sort of like mascot type of video game from Rare from the 1990s. But it's not.
It's a Baltimore Orioles baseball hat. This past Saturday, I went to New York, hung out with a bunch of amazing people. And Robbie Bobby Miller, who drove from Baltimore to New York, which is approximately 6 hours.
That's far, man. What the crap?
That's far. And he brought me a baseball hat.
Well, it's very sweet.
The funny thing is, though, is when he first announced, like when he first thought it was like, he's like, well, I don't really want to invite myself. We all assumed he just was going to happen to be in New York City that weekend. We didn't know that he was going out of his way to come up.
It's pretty out of your way, man.
It was, dude, spectacular.
That's pretty funny. Nathan Thomas earlier this evening, he DMs me. He's like, "Hey man, are you close to Chicago by any chance?" And I'm like, "I am like not even close." I did like a Google Maps. Like if I were to drive to Chicago, it's like a day plus. It's like thousands of miles. Like it's just no, man. But I didn't want to just be a jerk and say like, no, I'm not even close. I needed to show him just how far I am.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. You guys it looks like you had an amazing time.
Oh,
very
my God,
jealous.
dude. It was so awesome. So awesome. I bought a new Switch. I bought a new Switch.
Yes, you did.
I bought the Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee Switch. Mm-hmm. It's funny, right? I got to tell this story because this is hilarious.
I can't believe it's been since like a lot has happened since last episode.
Oh my God, dude!
Like what the heck?
So much has happened,
right?
So much has happened.
Like,
we'll go through it all. Let's just take a little.
Should we kick things off like we do every?
All right, let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our shoutouts.
Geek outs! Oh my God, I can't wait to buy all of the Switches. It's not stupid at all, Bobby. I can't wait to buy the Switch Lite. It's great.
Anyway,
that's my geek out.
Listen, let's jump back into story time, right?
Yep. Okay.
So I go to New York, and I meet it's funny because these guys are like all over the place, and I don't know where everybody is.
Yeah.
And I'm texting back and forth, and I'm tweeting back and forth, and then like Bobby Miller is like he takes a picture. He's standing out front of Nintendo New York, and I know him about 40 minutes away at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's gonna be a little bit till I get there. I'm like, hey man, Joy After Work is in Starbucks. Go in Starbucks.
Yeah, right across the right around the corner.
Across the way. Yeah. So then Josue is telling me like, well, what part of Starbucks? Because there's 2 stories in the Starbucks.
Right.
Which floor is he on? Because I'm here too. And I'm like, oh my God. So I text Joe. I'm like, yo, man, dude, meet up with these guys. I'll be there soon. He's like, I don't know who these people are. He goes, I've never met them. I don't know what they look like. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, stop being antisocial, dude. Just go talk to people. And he's like, I don't know.
I love you're calling him out here like this now.
Yeah. I said it to him in his face. He knows. It's funny. So anyway, it gets even better. It gets even better. So I show up, and I walk in, and I see Jamsey, and him and Jamsey are sitting together. And I'm like, oh man, it's so cool. I said, I'm going to do a quick walkthrough real quick. So I'm going to run upstairs and see if Ho Shui's here. So I go upstairs. There's Ho Shui. I'm like, come on downstairs. They were all downstairs. I come downstairs, and Jamsy's sitting here, and there's this dude sitting like across from Jamsy, but next to Jamsy. And I'm like, that guy looks familiar. And I'm like, I point and go, Bobby? And he's like, yeah, man. And I'm like, so wait a minute. I said, James, you know Bobby? He goes, no. And I go, you two are sitting next to each other the whole time.
Oh my god,
So
that's hilarious.
So
but he knows what Jams looks like. None of us know what Robert Bobby Miller looks like.
Bobby Miller don't know what James looks like.
He doesn't know what he looks like?
No, he didn't know what he looked like.
No way.
So he's sitting across from Joe, and he didn't really know Joe either. So he's sitting next to Joe, across from Jamsy, next to each other, the whole time for 30 minutes, and had no clue they were sitting next to each other.
I love it. Oh, you know what, man? That's just it. You just never know who you're sitting next to. You could just be you sitting there picking your nose, and you're next to YouTube star Jams Gams.
So then here's the funny thing. So now we go to Nintendo New York, right?
Yeah.
Walk out. There's the mailbox.
Yeah.
Shout out to C&D.
Yeah.
And I go across the street, go into the Nintendo New York, and I'm like, I want everything. And
that's the thing. You go often. Like, you don't go every other weekend or anything like that, right? But
but I go probably like once every 4 or 5 months, something like that.
Some people go once in their lifetime ever.
Yeah, I go quite often. Yes.
Right.
So I go
but you always find new things. Like, you and I went whenever the heck that was.
Yeah, yeah.
And we kind of loaded up that there's new stuff for you to buy.
So I go in and I'm like, I see this cool Bowser toy, right? And it's like heavy, but it's heavy. And you can like change his face to have him like roaring and like whatever you want to do. And I'm like,
man, that sounds awesome.
Right? It's like $50. I throw it in my bag.
Yeah.
Go upstairs, get all these like plushies, all these Animal Crossing plushies. I'm gonna finish off the Animal Crossing plushies that I don't have. So in my little cubby hole, I have them and it's done. Get all them. I grab a couple of like a Bullet Bill plushie. Get all this different stuff.
You're like Santa Claus loading up for Christmas,
dude,
man. You just got your sack thrown over your shoulder.
A couple coffee mugs. I throw them in.
Continental soldier.
Right. So I'm walking around and I look over and there is the Nintendo Switch, right?
Yeah.
So let's go Pikachu.
Oh my
and I'm
god.
Like, oh my god, what is happening right now? And I probably have, no lie, $150, $200 worth of stuff in this bag already.
I'm not surprised, yeah.
Right? So I'm like, I don't know, guys, I don't know what to do. And I'm literally like pacing.
Is there like one? Like, can you see it's just like one left or like?
No, I don't know how many.
It's on display. Okay, so one of those things you go to the desk and.
Yeah, it's on display, whatever. Yeah. So, and then Joe after work is like, dude, did they even have it?
Yeah.
Like that might just be on display. They might not even have it. I was like, let me go ask them. So I walk up to a girl who's right next to us. I said, can I ask you a stupid question? She goes, what's that? I said, is this thing of it? Like, can I buy this? She's like, of course. Looks like we got like 6 heads. Of course, idiot.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, of course.
Like,
and I'm like,
and you're like, excuse me, hang on a second. I am the Nintendo guru. I remember going into a store and asking if I could buy a Wii and getting laughed out of the store. So you can just shut your face, little one.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay, I want one. And she's like, okay, all you gotta do is go to register. Mm-hmm. When you get up to the front, just tell them $1,000, and they'll pull it out. It was $400.
Yeah.
It is expensive, but it also comes with the game. Comes with the Pokeball Plus and all that stuff.
Oh, does it? Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. It comes with the Pokeball Plus. It's like, it's not like a, so it's pretty. It's a bargain. It's a value because the Pokeball Plus alone.
It's a bargain. $400.
Listen, it's the console plus the extras, and the extras are over $400 worth of stuff.
Sure.
By the way, this thing's
can't afford not to buy it.
Plus, it's going $500-$600 on eBay.
Sure.
So anyway. So I'm standing there, and I'm like, do I get it, guys? Do I not? They have it here. And I put the post on Twitter, and people are like, of course. What are you, nuts?
Yeah.
Like, get it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get it. But then I had a few people going, yo, man, the Switch Mini, it's going to hit this week. And I'm like, no, it's not. And they're like, yes, it is. I'm like, it's not going to hit this week. Stop it. Chris Johnston.
You've been saying it for months. We would have heard about it by now.
Chris Becker, Super Nintendo Dad, he messages or he tweets. He's like, it's going to be here like in a week, couple weeks. Telling you. I'm like, no, it's not. Shut up. So anyway, I go to Miguel. I have a bag full of stuff. I said to Miguel, I said, do me a favor, hold this for me for a second. And he holds it. I go, I don't want that stuff no more. And I jump in line. So Miguel has like all my stuff in his hands. Like what do I? So then Miguel, he walks up to a girl that works there. This is so messed up. But he says, "Hey, some guy just left this laying."
I
And she
mean,
goes,
he's not
"Don't worry
wrong.
about it. I'll take it." And pretty much, he's saying the truth.
Is
Just don't worry about it. I'll take it. She
he's
grabs
not
it and she
lying.
puts it all away. But anyway,
Hang
so
on a second. Somebody's like Rybo or somebody like smash cut to a clip where you're slamming this thing that you don't think that I didn't think you liked the way this looked. I didn't think you thought
Oh,
this was
no,
a good
no, no! This
design.
is the only one I liked.
Okay.
I didn't like the Smash Brothers one. I didn't like
I don't want to call you something you're not. I just
I didn't like the
maybe
Diablo
some-
one.
Okay.
This is the one that I did. I actually tried
Okay.
to buy this one, Sean.
I believe you.
This is the one I tried to get, but I waited way too long, and it was sold out everywhere. So I really do. I do like this one. I like the colors of the Joy-Cons, everything.
So where is it?
It's in my other room,
Yeah.
shelf out
You
there.
sleep with it? It's in my bedroom.
Yeah, I just basically
Just
cuddle it.
nuzzle it.
Yeah, it's
Love
cuddle.
it.
That's
Yeah.
spoon with.
Evie's pretty cute.
But anyway, so it was a blast, dude. It was so much fun.
That's awesome.
So then this week, right? So now the announcement goes out Monday that I am
No, it
Yeah,
had already gone out.
no.
We talked about it last week.
Oh yeah. All right, but okay. No, this is the other thing. On Tuesday,
Chicken Wiggle something.
the Chicken Wiggle announcement happens,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to say this. This is a shout out to the community because don't get me wrong. Going into that, what happened was Jules reached out to me Monday and said,
Mhm.
we need to do something. Or no, he reached out to me Sunday. We posted Monday. He said, we need to do something with this. And I'm like, I agree. I'm with you 110%. Like, I thought that since I came on board. Like, we're going to have to cross this bridge at some moment. So he's like, let's just take the day. We'll start a document. You plug stuff in, I'll plug stuff in. We'll keep going back and forth. We'll fine tune it, massage it, get it to the announcement we want it to be, and then we'll post it Monday. And I was like, I agree, 100%, no problem. But the one thing I want to say is this. Going in, I totally expected to get slammed over this announcement.
Mhm.
I really did. And man, even Jules said the outpouring of support was unbelievable by the community. And you guys just floor me yet again with the kindness. Like, you know, let's be honest. You do have the right to be a little upset about this. You put money out. You thought you would have the game by now. You don't have the game by now. But people were just so nice. Take all the time you need. Do what you got to do. Mario Maker just came out. Like, now's not the time anyway. Just take your time.
That's a good point.
Like, it all makes a lot of sense ultimately. But man, it was just so nice to hear the kindness through and through from some amazing people in the community. Like even in the TUI Discord, they're kind of defending everything. And let me tell you something: the TUI Discord, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I post something on Twitter, they literally go to Twitter, grab it, and post it in Discord before I can post it. It's nuts. I'm like, you guys are awesome, man.
I love it. It's a match
So
made in heaven, man.
It's pretty spectacular, man. It's pretty amazing. So far, I've got a week under my belt in the new position. Love it, man. I'm having such a blast with it, dude. It's so amazing. And then the 90% sale. Like,
Can people just damn well pick up Zeo Drifter? That's my pick. I know there's a lot going on there. But
everything, dude.
I
You
know.
can get every single one of his games for $3.90 something cents.
that's pretty nuts.
That's pretty balls.
That's a bargain.
That's
okay,
a
you can't
bargain.
just be throwing around the word bargain for $400 console.
No, that's a legit bargain.
This is a bargain.
$4 and you get what, 7 games? Like, that's insane.
I just feel like Zeo Drifter doesn't get a whole lot of attention. Everybody talks
Zeo
about everything else. Zeo Drifter is great. It is so much fun.
So much good. And even Mutant Mudds. Mutant Mudds is probably one of
your
my
pick?
all-time games. Yeah, dude, that game is stellar.
Yeah.
The first one. Super Challenge. I don't know what the hell Jules was smoking when he put that game together.
Mine's right over here.
That game is balls hard.
Yeah.
I can't say it.
Yeah. Oh,
'Cause you get
yeah,
the crappy
stupid camera. Yeah, you get to see the crappy camera. Everybody
get
else
the
gets a good camera. Yeah.
So anyway, you got any shout outs?
Well, something very cool happened. Some cool news happened to some friends of ours. The gang over at OK Beast have hit yet another milestone.
Yes.
Anybody going over to PAX West, please go support our friends. Blessing
Yes.
Adeoye Jr., Alex Van Aken. Who else have they got on here? I've got it pulled up right here. Khalif Adams, Youssef Megwed from Ubisoft, and Steve Bowling from Game Explain. That's bonkers, man. We got Alex and Blessing next to all these guys. Like, that is insane. So people who are going over to PAX West in Seattle on September 1st, they got a nice evening show, man. 6:30 in the Pacific time zone. You guys should check it out. I'm so proud of those guys. They've been so amazing. They've been through a lot, and they continue to grow. They continue to hold their integrity throughout all of the growth. They're really amazing. So just a moment of pride, man.
Yeah, man.
Very cool stuff. So and I think Josh Stapleton had a birthday that we missed.
I believe you're right.
Happy belated birthday to our very good friend Josh Stapleton.
The weekly ritual. I love you, Rybo. Just want to throw that out there. And yeah, man. So it's been a crazy week, man. My mom is away. My mom is in North Carolina.
So the boys will play.
So
the mom's away.
I'm like, where? The other day I'm streaming, and my cousin shows up at stream. I'm like, oh, Dawn, you still in North Carolina? And she's like, no, I went home. And she's like, my sister's with me. And I'm like, whoa. If your sister's with you, then where the hell's my mom at? Because you're in Florida. Where's my mom? And she's like, no, she's staying in North Carolina with her brother. And I'm like, you two need to get your butts back to Jersey. This nonsense of just gallivanting all over the country.
Sounds nice. Sounds nice, Bobby.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't sound nice. Anyway,
shout out to Lee Navarro.
Oh, are we gonna talk about that?
No, we're not gonna talk about it.
Oh, we're just gonna let it lie there.
That's it.
When are we making our announcement?
I think I need to book first.
Okay.
Let's have things booked, and then let's just tease that a little bit.
Yeah.
If we can do that, that's
some
people probably put things together from there.
If things line up,
we've got green lights all over the place, man. We've got green lights. We've got a runway. They're calling us in. So this is something. You
guys are gonna lose your mind.
I can't even help myself, man. Because I was just gonna tease it a little bit. I can't even help myself. I am obsessed about this.
Well, let's the tease is there.
No, we can't leave it. We gotta leave it.
We have to. We can't.
No,
listen,
because
Sean,
Bobby, just do me a favor. Do me a favor. Just do me this one favor. Don't call it a comeback. Don't call it a comeback, Bobby. Just please don't call it a comeback.
When that's thrown out there, you guys know the level of hypeness.
Sorry. It's amazing. Sorry, it is. You know what?
Justin Masson, it is a comeback. I'm telling you, it is not. It's happening.
The hype level is so high. You could have called the last one a comeback. last one, maybe it's okay. This one, definitely don't call it a comeback. But very, very cool stuff happening.
Yeah.
Just dream come true. It's 2019, the year of dreams.
And when we make this announcement, I think it's going to get a lot of people excited because a lot of people can join us.
That's right.
That's what's got to me even more excited. Yeah. So it's going to be pretty spectacular.
Yeah. Basically, E3 is happening.
It's bigger and better.
Pretty much actually bigger. Yeah, I think more people care about it.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll just leave it at that. Do you want to just tease it for the rest of the episode?
We're still going to do. We're just going to talk about it and stop. Just big
it's tantric
blue
almost.
balls.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's just jump into our topic that we have. We have one topic tonight, but I kind of want to take my time with it and kind of go through this whole thing properly. With the announcement of the Switch Lite, do we agree with how it was launched, how it was handled, the name, the components that's been removed from it? Like, overall, what would we do to change what Nintendo has laid out ultimately? So this week, earlier this week, Nintendo comes out. They announced the Switch Lite, which was the Switch Mini, which was that people were rumoring for a while and leaking for a while. The crazy thing is the image of this turquoise one did leak in the middle of the summer, at the beginning of the summer.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And it was in a warehouse, and people were like, "This isn't it. This can't be it." And it was it. It turns out to be it.
Yeah.
So it's the same color. Everything's the same. Like, they nailed it, man. This thing has been happening for a while, and it's pretty awesome. So it's coming in. We'll say 4 colors because there's going to be 3 main component colors, which is the gray, the turquoise, the yellow, and then they have the Pokemon Special Edition one, which is a light gray with some etchings on the back of it and different color, like a neon blue on the left side and then like a reddish pink on the right side.
Gorgeous.
Love it.
Yeah,
I love
so
it.
do I.
I think they crushed it with the design, and actually seeing it gets me excited because I'm just going, this is the 3DS all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is
Dude,
what
I
we're
think
going to
it's
be in.
you know, some people were calling out the old like the old pockets, the Game Boy Pockets, and
Yeah.
those other colored versions that we got back in the day.
Yeah.
Like that's where, like the 3DSs were great and they had very cool designs, but there's something very elegant about just a color, and like
Yeah.
and just the. I guess you kind of had that with the XL. You kind of got the, like I had a blue one was my first one.
Yeah.
But dude, this is such a callback. It's the slim version that fits in your pocket. Like to me, it's nostalgic in that way.
Yeah.
In a way that like I hadn't really felt that with the 3DS, like really ever. So, and the Lite, I think like a DS
It's
Lite.
a great name. Yeah.
Great name. Everybody was calling out for Mini or anything like that. So I got a little excited, man. I wanted one thing out of this, if I may. I wanted Bluetooth. You and I have talked about this a little bit. I want if this thing is going to be on my on the go Switch and I'm using it on the train, I'm a little tired of having my headphones.
The one thing I'm going to say
jacked up
about
in
it,
there.
so for those that don't know, Sean and I were talking about before the show started, I have the Best Buy placeholders open. I've had them open every single day since this got announced because I want all 4 consoles. I'm going to buy all
You're not
4.
buying all 4.
How much do you want to bet me?
I
I'm
don't
buying
know.
all 4, Sean. They'll be on my shelf behind me.
I feel like it's
I'm
a dangerous
using-
bet because if I say you're not going to buy them and then you do buy them and then I
figured
pay
out-
you to buy them.
I figured out financially how to buy them, and
Okay.
I'm buying them.
Okay.
So anyway, the point being is, as I have this open, there is, like, on the Best Buy page, when you look down the left side of it, it says features.
Yeah.
It says Bluetooth enabled. So we know there's Bluetooth functionality in it already.
What would that be though? Oh, for Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons. There's
For
a
Joy-Cons.
definite for Joy-Cons. The question is will this allow for headset? I
asked Nintendo and they said no.
What do you mean you asked Nintendo?
I asked Nintendo. I asked the lady and
Okay.
she said no. So it's definitely not gonna happen.
So no now or no forever?
She just said no. She didn't say like we have nothing to announce at this time. It was
She might have
sound
just
like a-
said no. And
You
you
know
know,
what-
what though? That's not anything that can't be added in. If it's already built into the system, there's no reason why they can't just flip a switch and have you be
well, I
able to
think
use
you're right. Well, probably not.
Because
I don't
how
really
many
know.
people are really going to use Joy-Cons with it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
The only game you're probably going to use it for Joy-Cons is 1-2 Switch. By the way, there's no kickstand on the back.
Well, and
of
that's
it.
the thing. You're gonna need some sort of special stand or some sort
Yeah.
of I don't know what.
So the one thing is, and I want to say this. I feel like I don't know that I owe an apology, and I'm not going to apologize for this, but
All right,
like
don't.
the Mega Dads came out and kind of took a swipe at the name.
The
And
name.
then Adam don't like the name.
Oh, because it's still called Switch. He's not calling.
Yes.
He's not calling a
Yes.
light. He's
Yeah.
why are you calling it a Switch?
Call-
I
call it
understand.
Switch.
Yeah.
So I immediately just went back. Is like, do you guys like anything anymore? Like it just feels like everything's and that's what I want to say. Like I feel like he got a little upset because I read some tweets that followed that, and it seemed like he went down a little bit of a well, more or less, by what I started. But I want to say this is, like, I don't have any ill will towards them. Like, we can disagree with stuff. Like, but I feel like it just feels like there's an enormous amount of negativity lately coming from them guys, and that's whatever. That's fine. If that's how they really feel, that's their right and all that. But I just felt like I don't see the point of being upset with this, because for me, like, I understand that it's not a Switch in terms of like you drop it in the dock and it does all that stuff, but I feel like Nintendo can't call it something else. You have to call it Switch
Oh, that's for sure.
because you're selling Switch games.
Yeah.
The minute you call it something else, and then a parent goes in there and goes, wait, this is something totally different?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want this. I want a Switch. And it hurts the sales in my mind. A Switch Lite tells a parent immediately, like, it's a Switch, but a lighter version of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Bud Light and Coors Light and Miller Light. Like, you know it's a beer, but it's a lesser version of the beer you normally drink.
Yeah.
End result, it's going to get you drunk. It just might take you longer.
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be able to play games on this, and you're going to be able to play Switch games on it. You're just not going to be able to dock it.
Well, and you know me, okay. So the roles generally on this show, as it has turned out, are you are the fanboy, and I'm the like whatever. Like I kind of balance things out a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot to harp on for Nintendo, but I feel like the name is not necessarily one of them for a number of reasons. And the first one, maybe most importantly, is like there is so much precedent in Nintendo and elsewhere, as you just mentioned, but within Nintendo, like the Game Boy Advance. It was so different. Like they have really stretched the Game Boy beyond what the heck the original one was. And I mean, like, if you really want to do it, you could. The Switch doesn't necessarily have to mean that it switches from handheld to TV to tabletop mode or whatever. You can it switches from game to game. You can switch from person to person. You can there's a lot. I don't know, man. It's more than just that it switches from TV to handheld. So I just thought it was kind of of all the things to call it out on. I thought that was a little strange, like because you bring up the good point that it plays Switch games.
Yeah.
What else are you supposed to call it?
Yeah, because I feel like the minute they don't call it that, then all of a sudden we fall into this whole thing of like the Wii U. Yeah. That's a prime example of you misname something, and it destroys the credibility of it. People thought that was a peripheral. Well, they didn't think you know.
Let's deconstruct this a little bit too. The main unit, the Switch that everybody knows and loves right now, they can buy it. They pay what, $299?
Yes.
They pay $199 for this thing. Now, $100 means something different to everybody, but from my perspective, I feel like the trade-offs here are completely reasonable. $100 is that 30? I'm not good at math. Is that 30% of the thing off?
Something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huge discount, and I feel like you maintain a majority of what you want out of this thing. You're getting a smaller size. It fits in your pocket. It's a better screen pixel density, better battery life. Like everybody's talking about what you lose, but I like to think about what you gain. And I'm being a little bit nitpicky on I really want a Bluetooth, but like that is what it is. I can see myself, I'm on the fence. I'm not buying all four. I'm on the fence of like, I was really hoping for a little Bluetooth something, but I could really see myself getting something smaller here. The only thing, okay, I've got a couple. Things.
Okay,
I'll
let's slow it down. Let's slow it down a little bit.
I'm a little excited about this.
So the no dock.
Yeah.
That we'll start with that. I just had a feeling this was never going to have a dock. Now, what I'm curious about is could they add the dock later? Because I don't know what the hell that dock really does. But I just don't know what that dock does. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if that dock actually has processing in it that does something different. It's got to have something in it that does it. But I don't know whether the television is the actual denominator that allows it to be like 1080 or whatever it might be. So that confuses me a little bit of what our dock actually does. If our dock basically is just a relay system,
I think it is.
Then I can't see why later on they can't do like a little dock that you plug in and go to the TV. That's neither here nor there, though. But right now, out the box, we're not getting a dock. And I'm really fine with that. You know what I mean? Like, if I want to play a Switch game on my TV, I have my original Switch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this console, I want to stress this. I think what Nintendo has done has created a home run here. Like, this is a grand slam. This is essentially, you are now basically telling people, like, an example. If Ellie and Link were older,
yeah,
and you and Chelsea already have your Switches, and you want to get them the kids a Switch, you wouldn't buy the Switch that you have. You get them these. Like, in my mind, you get them because it's lesser money. You could buy two of them and save a little money, and then the money you would have spent on buying two full-size Switches, you could buy a couple of games with it. Or something like
they're not ripping it apart with the detachable parts and everything. The one thing that people aren't, you're right, and I think that the price point dictates and maybe a little bit more rugged. The one piece, it looks like it's for kids. The one thing that nobody is talking about, Bobby, is the one thing that we all loved about the Wii U, which was the person playing this Switch cannot take over the TV. Because it doesn't connect to the TV. So if you have kids, nobody's fighting over the TV, go off and play your handheld things, and that's it. You don't even have the option. So they've actually made life for parents way easier because nobody's having to fight over this one dock over the one TV. Yeah. So it ties in. It's a little bit more of a layered strategy, a little deeper. They've really thought about how people use this in a family or a house setting.
Yeah. The other thing it doesn't have,
I still wanted to have video. That's not to say that I wish it had video. I wish this could replace my Switch. I wish I could box my thing up because I don't.
Well,
to be honest, that's
I think we have a Switch Pro coming.
Yeah.
From now to next year, I think there's a Switch Pro in the works. And
this is so obviously for Pokemon.
Dude, this is because you want to be able to buy, like, you want to be able to buy multiple Switches for your kids.
Yeah.
So this way your kids can trade Pokemon. Your kids can, battle each other.
Mm-hmm.
They can take it to school and trade with friends. Like, now your kids all have a Switch, and it's smaller, more compact. It's just better. It's a better system for kids, I feel.
One of the other reasons I'm not like pre-purchasing, I'm not like hitting the refresh button like you are, is because I don't know what's going to happen for, like, if my my username or whatever, my library is on 2 Switches. Like, is that a pain in the butt? Cloud saving, is that a pain in the butt? I know that they've said some stuff about it. No. So I just want to bring it up
today. It just came up.
Oh,
tonight.
Did they talk about something today?
It just came up tonight.
Oh,
it's on the website. You can actually, with the original user. So you're the original user on your Switch.
Yeah.
I'm the original user on my Switch. If we buy an additional Switch, you can play the games on the Switch. So you could start playing on one Switch and go pick up on another Switch, and it will actually, with the cloud saving, take care of everything.
Okay.
So for me, I'm like, this is perfect because I can leave my other one in the dock forever, not take it out, and then if I'm on the go, I grab the smaller, more portable one and go. Mm-hmm. This just came out tonight. I think Nintendo deal. They posted it, and there's a link to it on their Twitter account. Mm-hmm. You can go. It takes you to a Nintendo website, breaks it all down for you, explains it all. It's really simple. And what it does basically is that if you have digital games, you can play the digital games there. You don't have to be online unless you're playing the digital game online. You know what I mean? Like, so, it's just a thing. Like, so it's
interesting. Okay.
Pretty awesome.
Well, I know right when they announced it, there was I can't remember. There was an interview, and Doug Bowser said, "We have something to tell you guys later." And I think that was really smart, man. They just wanted to focus on, this is the price point, this is what it looks like, this is what it can and can't do, and then we'll talk about other stuff later. Like, there's only so much that we can handle.
It's like the original Switch. The original Switch reveal trailer. They dropped it. Boom, here it is. And then they just let you kind of explode and implode and figure it out on yourself.
Which is, I think, is different in terms of, like, some people are like, maybe at some point they'll turn video on. Like, I think there's no chance. I think there's absolutely no way. They've been so clear that this does not connect to a TV.
I don't think it's going to connect to a TV.
No.
I don't think it is either. I really don't. The one thing I would have maybe liked is if it came with a stylus. Kind of like the 3DS, where you pulled the stylus out and you could actually do stuff with it. But it's not make or break. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something I look at and go, like, maybe. The one thing that I'm glad that is gone, but people are probably going to disagree with me, HD Rumble. I am really actually glad that thing's gone. Yeah. Because I am not a fan of HD Rumble at all.
I like it. I just don't think it's worth what it costs, essentially.
Well, my thing is this. I feel like there are very few developers that do it right.
Yeah.
And I said that this week on the Atui Twitter account. People were like, well, what are you talking about? You're like, you guys, I said, some people. I know Atui nailed it. Mm-hmm. Like, if you play Mutant Mudds, you can feel that thing rumble when you get close to things that are hitting the ground, and the further away you get, it's a lighter rumble.
That's pretty cool.
So that team did a hell of a job with the HD Rumble. But there's teams like Snake Pass. Yeah. Dude, that thing used to shake so damn loud.
Yeah, just maximum.
Hard. It was just like, what the hell is this,
turn it
man?
Down a little.
Yeah, like, you guys don't know. Like, come on, man. So I think some developers nailed it. Nintendo's always going to nail it. But there were some developers that just need to go back to school a little bit, I felt. Yeah. And it's just like, damn, come on, man. You guys could do better with this. So the IR sensor makes absolute sense that would go away. Mainly because of the fact of, like, the only game that really uses it, I think, is 1-2 Switch.
Yeah. And
I don't know any other game that uses it. And when you think about it in those perspectives, it's like, you really don't need it for anything else. So why have it even on there? And it cuts the dollars and cents. Smaller in size. So let's discuss this a little bit. The smaller in size. I felt like being smaller. I know people were pretty pissed that it was still 720, but that made sense to me. When you have a screen that size and you shrink it, it only makes it more crisp.
Yes, of course.
So don't get me wrong. I would like it to be 1080, but I also realize that this is a light version. It's not going to be, a 1080 screen. It's going to be 720, and I'm fine with that. Now, when they come out with, in theory, if they come out with a pro version later on, I expect it to be 1080. If that's not 1080, I will be screaming from the rafters like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I'm sure you will be. I won't be. To be honest with you, like, man, if it means the battery life is still good, like that screen is perfectly fine. And the smaller it gets, like I said, the better pixel density it is. It's the exact same thing that we had with the XL versus the regular one. Like, you and I both at one point went from a regular to an XL, and we're like, oh my god, the screen is so big, it's so amazing, what a great experience. Then we went back later to a regular size when the new 3DS came out. We're like, this is actually a really crisp screen. Like,
to be fair, that's because Nintendo was cheap about the screens on the XLs, and they just stretched the games to fit the XL.
Well, this is the opposite. This is
the opposite. You're shrinking it down.
Yeah,
and anytime I said that in my video this week, anytime you shrink something, it just looks even better.
Yeah.
So, the D-pad. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it's nice.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God this D-pad is built into it. I love it. I love it, man. I think it's amazing.
It's the perfect Nintendo D-pad. It's exactly what you need on there. It's just too bad that they still got those stupid little nubbin things on what would be the Joy-Cons. I really dislike the thumbsticks. I know some people were disliking that they are still offset, the thumbsticks. They were expecting maybe some of those leaks.
I thought they should have. I think the right stick should be above the buttons.
No way.
You're saying no way, but the problem is, Sean, is these buttons are not. They're way too close to the analog stick. If you can see right here, they're way too close. So when you're playing, your finger is always resting against the analog stick. It's not very cohesive. It's not a good thing. If they would have just for this moved for the Pro controller, absolutely. I love the placement of it. I'm not asking for it to be changed. You got to stop being an Xbot and get with.
I've always liked offset sticks, man. Don't you even?
Well, listen, the offset sticks are fine for the Pro controller, but I feel like for this in particular, they should have been both at the top. That way, when you're actually pushing the buttons, you're not getting interference from the stick. The minute you start getting interference from the stick, it's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Everybody's calling for the D-pad to be available on the Joy-Cons now, for a special left Joy-Con to be available, and they're saying no.
Because this Hori thing is crap.
Oh, is it?
It's just not a true D-pad.
Yeah.
The thing is here's the thing. I don't know why. I don't know how. Nintendo creates the best D-pads.
Yeah.
In all of gaming. And the Hori one is kind of smooth, and it kind of indents a little bit, and it's like, guys, it's okay, but man, you can really make a D-pad so much better than this.
Well, it's not really like, what is it exactly doing? The way that you mod it's taking off the buttons, and then the D-pad is still hitting where those buttons are on the circuitry of the Joy-Con. So it's not like,
well, the Hori one, no, it's a legit D-pad. The Hori one is a legit D-pad.
Does it swap out the entire controller? I thought it was just a mod of the Joy-Con.
No, it's the whole Joy-Con.
Oh, okay.
It's the whole Joy-Con.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it's not chargeable. It's not.
Did Donnie do a mod on his Joy-Con or something like that?
He did.
And that's what I was thinking of.
Those are a little different when you do those ones.
It'd have to be a bigger D-pad because it's got to stretch across where all the buttons are. That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay.
But I like a lot. I like the way this D-pad looks.
Mm-hmm. What about no kickstand? I think that's a mistake.
I feel like I don't.
You gotta at least have two modes. You're taking it down from so there's the three modes: handheld, tabletop, and TV mode.
So
why not just
basically carrying around a Pro controller with you?
I guess, yeah, man. Why not? When you go on the train or you take a flight, this is the one that I would want to bring, but I'm not bringing it because I can't throw it up on the little table thing there. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world to hold it.
I mean, you had a Vita. You didn't throw a Vita up on a stand.
Well, I didn't even know I wanted it. Now I know I want a tabletop.
I mean, if you want me to be a little crazy, Sean, for those of us that were smart enough to buy a Wii U, these little stands here that comes with,
That's true.
I could just all day long. There's my cell phone.
That's
I
true.
could just drop it
That
right
looks
there.
really nice, actually.
It actually is nice.
Let me be a respectful counter argument to my own point here. The screen is smaller, and maybe I don't want that on the table. Maybe that's the reason.
That's what I think about it. Like I was saying earlier, like why would you even want to play with Joy-Cons on this thing? Like
I just like the comfort and I like the options. Like,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't think that it would cost like really that much to just throw the same little cheap kickstand we've all kind of gotten used to at this point. But again, if it's that much smaller and it's still sitting in the same place, then maybe I don't want that. It just seemed like they really took away some of those options. I just wanted to explore it a little bit, you know?
I'm curious. I'm just gonna click this thing up and take a look at it and see if it has anything for me. I want to see if they have multiple. Nah, they don't have multiple pictures. I'm curious. Okay, so yeah, the headphone jack is on the top, like the original one. The volume is on the top, like the original one. It looks like the charging is going to be on the bottom, like the original one. They still have the camera button. They still have the home screen button. Everything is there. I mean, everything is pretty much. Dude. It's just. I'm just looking at the things, dude. It looks identical. I mean, it just looks identical. It's just a smaller version. I love it, man. I just.
So now if we were at Nintendo, do you do an additional Link's Awakening version? Do you expect that to happen?
Well, Link's Awakening, I don't think they're going to do that.
I don't think so either. I think it's just Pokemon.
Think there's not enough. I think Animal Crossing gets one, absolutely.
Oh my God, yes.
Because my feeling
that's a reason to hold off, Bobby.
No, I'll get.
Well, I know you'll get that too. I mean, like people,
me,
not you.
Me.
You're guru. Okay, you got that at Chewy money.
Yeah. Stop it.
I'm just kidding.
Would you stop
I'm kidding.
What a jerk.
Everybody knows you do it for hugs.
This is pretty much. Jules does give the best hugs.
Little watch 'em nuggles.
Yeah, exactly.
Nuzzles is what I wanted to say.
Nuggles. Nuggles on the Nuggles on the tuggles.
Yeah.
And then I mean, dude, I'm sold on this now. For me, if I ran Nintendo, I feel like they knocked it out the park.
I kind of do too, actually.
And there's nothing, when I look at this, there's nothing that makes me go like, guys, you screwed up here. Brendan Meyer said it. I must have said it on a different if we ran Nintendo. I felt like this is exactly how they were going to announce it. They were going to just shadow drop it a couple weeks after E3, and that's what they did.
Yep.
And they did this very similar to when they did the new 3DS. They didn't say anything at E3, and then boom, here it is. This thing gets dropped out of nowhere, and I think they crushed it with this thing. I like the way the aesthetics of these commercials are.
Same here.
It's very makes you feel cool having one of these things. And even though this is not for everybody, even though there's probably people listening right now that go like, what are you guys talking about? I'm not buying this thing. I get that. I respect that. But people, you are absolutely mistaken if for a second you don't think that this just game overs Nintendo. Like, it just basically tells Microsoft and Sony, you're done. Right now, in this generation, you're done. You need to get the new consoles out because these things are going to blow up. And in Japan, it's lights out in Japan.
Yep.
Like, this is the version that everybody buys in Japan.
Yep.
Guaranteed. Because they love portable handheld gaming. This is very similar to the Vita. The Vita did pretty damn well in Japan. And this is going to do very well.
But look at that, and what a great comparison. And it's not to throw shade at the Vita. I love my Vita. Okay, but it did not achieve what it set out to, which was to have console quality games on the go, and that's what this is. You can play Wolfenstein Youngblood on this thing.
Yeah, man.
Like, it's still the same games. Like, if we really just look at this thing and go like you and I had, and I think everybody who played the Switch, they played it on their TV. It's like, wow, that's amazing. And everybody has that moment where they just stop and go, I'm playing The Legend of Zelda in this giant open world game on the bus. Like,
Yeah.
what the crap is this world? And now this is even smaller, and it's like, this is just a handheld.
Yeah.
And you're playing all of these games, man. Doom Eternal is coming out day and date on this thing, right? Like, they're so...
Crazy.
In addition to all the other regular Nintendo things. Like, that's where I feel like the third-party support really becomes impressive, is where it's just a handheld thing.
Yeah.
So for $200 now, if you're looking at like the value proposition becomes completely different. It's a $200 item. You buy a $60 game, and it's like you're really crushing the competition.
Yeah.
Now it makes a lot more sense to be buying this and some of those third-party games. Whereas before I was like, I don't know, man, like because I would always link it to I would connect and associate it to my TV experience, even though I still took it on the go. This is so purely dedicated to portable.
Yeah.
That it just makes it that much more impressive. With a better battery, by the way.
When he pulled it out of his pocket, I was like, dude,
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
Because that's my biggest issue with the Switch. You can't just toss it in your pocket.
Yep.
And that's what I loved about the 3DS. Now, here's something, Sean, that I would do if we ran Nintendo. Because I think that I was a big proponent of it. You were a big proponent of it.
I know exactly where you're going with this. Street Pass.
Street Pass needs to come
man.
back.
Yep, you're damn right. Yep, make it exclusive to this thing.
Yeah, man. Just make it exactly exclusive to this one.
Yep.
Because, dude, that would be a
That's
home run.
even as I say, I'm like, man, that just would piss even more people off.
I
But,
don't care.
I don't know.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what? We're in the business of making people
Actually,
mad.
okay, so why don't we just jump on top of that? Virtual console, only on this one.
Well,
Super
that I wouldn't do.
Super
That I
Nintendo
wouldn't do.
Virtual Console.
That I wouldn't
It's
do.
only on this one, dude.
But you know, man, like that that was one of the things that enticed me with the D-pad, because I thought about it and I was like, man, playing those Nintendo games, the NES games on this is going to be so fun.
Mm-hmm.
I got news for you, man. Playing Link's Awakening on this, dude.
Yeah.
It is going to be
perfect.
Grand slam,
It's perfect.
man.
Like, I would say 90% of my Switch time is on the bus or on the train right now.
Yeah.
Like, when I'm at home, I'm playing... sorry, guys. I play my Xbox. But when I'm on the go, like, it's just... In my mind, that's how I've divided up my time. I know that there will be Nintendo time on the train, so that makes it safe for me to just focus on my Xbox, and then also the PlayStation is here.
Yeah, whatever. That thing's garbage. Anyway.
It's not garbage. It's a Spider-Man. It's really nice. It's got the logo on it, man. It's pretty...
Did it finally stop spitting out discs?
Yeah, because I traded in the other one. I sent the one that was spitting out discs. I gave it to EB Games. They gave me a cool, whatever it was, $250 for it.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. Because they didn't even test it, man. What are you guys doing?
Oh, boy.
Got dust caked on there and everything.
So that is all.
Oh, was that it? Oh, no. Oh, crap. Look at that.
Yeah, man. So that is all. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of If We Were at Nintendo. You could be sure to check out Sean Capri and everything he does on the Twitters. Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. Listen, I'm going to throw this at you because you stumbled this week. And I just want to throw this out there that you can use. It's Luke like the Jedi, lure like the tackle. Done.
Lure
Good.
like the tackle. What the heck is that?
Like a fishing lure.
That's not... No, lure. Like a lure. It's lore like... No.
Oh, lure. Yeah, he's got a weird last name. Anyway.
And by the way, nobody gets to do the whole like first name like this, last name like that. That's my thing, all right?
I'm just saying because you started on the Xbox Drive. You started to.
I don't even know what I say there, man. I'm trying not to die. I'm driving.
You were like Luke, like the Bible or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did say that.
Yeah. Anyway,
all right, man.
Whatever. I just heard it today, so I thought.
Yeah, Xbox Drive. I can't believe there's no pink Switch Lite, Bobby.
Shut your face. I'm already into the end of the show.
I know.
There's no need for you to pull it up now. Just let it go.
Kirby Switch.
Anyway, you can follow me, Instagram, Twitter, at Nintendo Gurus. Real quick before we shut down, there is an amazing... you know what? It's done. It's done now. I just said there's an amazing giveaway going on for the physical copy of Mutant Mud's collection via Ninmobile News. Go check that out. But by the time this episode goes up, the contest.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry about that. Follow me again, Instagram, Twitter, at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. One more thing. We do have one more thing. Our Patreon topic for this week.
You've done this before?
Yes, I have. Our Patreon topic this week is Todd Oxtra. With almost all the big franchises out on the Switch already after just 2 years plus, where does Nintendo go next? If you want to hear that topic, as little as $1 per month over on Patreon will get you these exclusive topics as well as exclusive shows and all that crazy stuff. Patreon.com/Yumi Capri. Peace out, Preston.
Bye, Kirby. That's what I'm down to now, man. That's it. That's all I got. You won't even let me, I don't know. I lost track of time, actually. I lost track of time. We did good.